Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And this is the first lecture of this series, Technical Writing and Presentation Skills, ENGL 2111. My name is Lukman Shah, and this lecture is about Introduction to Writing. So, what is writing? In simplest possible words, writing is a medium of human communication that represents language with signs and symbols. So, the proper definition and the characteristics of writing is as shown on the slide. First, writing is a way of communication like speaking or signs and symbols. The second point of this writing is that it is visual representation of speech, and it is normally also called professionally composition, writing something. The third point is that speaking and writing are active skills as compared to listening and reading. And this writing is used when receiver is not physically near when receiver is not in our proximity, when receiver is far away from we people and we are unable to contact him verbally or in spoken mode. The writing process is divided into three stages. The first is called manipulation, and this manipulation is the psychomotor ability to form the letters from alphabets. In fact, some we have something in our mind, the knowledge, the ideas, the emotion, the thoughts. When we are able to transform those knowledge, ideas into any written symbol, then this is called our neural psychomotor system. And, and this aspect or characteristics of writing is called manipulation. Second is structuring, to organize the letters into words into phrases and clauses and sentences. Definitely, words alone cannot communicate in whether it comes to the writing or speaking. So we are always organizing the words into phrases and then clausing and the sentences. So this characteristics of writing is called structuring. And third, the last but not the least, is that it is the ultimate goal of writing as interpretation in reading and comprehension in listening. So communication is the ultimate goal of writing. Now, analysis of the component of any reading in writing. In writing, there should be a reasonable speed. Normally, 30 to 50 words per minute writing speed or typing speed is okay. If someone have less than this or more than that, more than that, it is good. If less than that, then he or she should improve writing by practice more and more. Then correct spelling. When it comes to writing, so spelling is very important. The grammatical rules and regulation, the correct spelling of that particular language is very important. The usage of appropriate words, this is another component. Correct connector, use the correct connector, the jointer like and is or still, the commas, we should use these all character or conjunction in well organized manner. And then logical sequence, there should be a logical sequence in any writing. The first things should come first and then middle and then end, and there should be overall impact, and the overall impact should be impressive, and we should use the right register, the right way, the right language in right manner. Now, dividing this uh, writing, we can divide this further in the guided writing or guided composition. In guided composition, this type of composition or this type of writing is normally carried out in junior classes or with the kids below 10 or 8 years. So this is called the control composition or control writing. The learner is provided with the necessary structures, vocabulary, thoughts, ideas to be expressed. Teacher guide and facilitate uh, in this case, and this is gradually reduced. This guidance and facilitation is gradually reduced, and the final aim or the ultimate end is the learner should write by his own. In this guided composition or guided writing, writer first writes and then defining the topic and elaborating the topic, discuss with the learner the topic, then motivate them for the writing, arousing their interest and help out them A next division is free writing. This type of writing is suitable for senior classes. In this, teacher provide limited guidance to the learner, and this is a journey from dependence, which is guided composition, to the independence, which is called free writing. No vocabulary or material is provided, just topic is given or some idea is given that you should write it in this, and this type of writing enhance confidence. How to write in effective manner? There are few tips and tricks for writing, which can improve the writing of any person, and which can add effectiveness to the writing. The five keys to effective writings are: first, put the reader first. You should keep in your mind the reader, then you will be able to write in effective manner. Second, use simple words and short sentences. Third, use jargon only when necessary. Jargon is called profession specific words or profession specific knowledge. Writes with the verbs, active verbs, and nouns, the concrete noun, and form it to improve readability, in fact. So the first is put the reader first. In fact, communication should be equivalent to understanding. When we are writing, that writing should be understandable to other. So write to express, not to impress. When you are expressive, definitely you will leave a sort of impression. Then use words reader can picture, can easily understand. Use simple words, tie into the reader's experience. Your writing should be according to the age group of the reader. And then what is in it for me, मेरे लिए क्या है, for me what is, definitely there is improvement, there is a sort of joy, there is a sort of sense of communication. Then the second is use simple words in short sentences. Now look at this example. The first sentence is comprised of 18 words, the second sentence is comprised of 11 words, and the third sentence is comprised of 8 words. And despite the fact that they had different numbers of words, both all these sentences conveyed the same meaning. The first sentence in 10 words can be conveyed in 8 words, like here is the $25 remaining on my account. So be simple, be precise, like use simple words and short sentences. The tip to avoid wordy preposition, how to be concise. For example, look at this, the first prepositional phrase, in the amount of. These four preposition is equivalent to the single word preposition which is called for. The four preposition can be replaced by the single for. In order to, these three prepositional phrase can be replaced with the two, due to the fact that these five words can be replaced with because. So these wordy prepositional phrases can be contracted or can be reduced to the single word. And third, use the jargon only when necessary. This is profession specific language. If we are somebody is writing to a specific profession, for writing is about the doctors, the engineer, in that case we can use the jargon relevant to that particular profession. Otherwise, or avoid the jargon so that you will be understandable to the common mob or the common people. For example, look at this example. The first example is, while the new ST700 provide extensive memory and extremely use compatible, it lacks the requisite capacity for calculating it. This is specific jargon relevant to the computer system world, to the computer sciences. But the simplest possible are the normal, the straightforward, common folk language or computer system, easy to use and has enough memory. So look at the first, that is jargon, and the second, which is even understandable to the common people. A fourth, write with verbs and nouns. Use the active verbs when it is okay, use the passive when it is very necessary. Otherwise, active words and direct narration should be used. Look at these examples. The company sells subject and the sells verb and the insurance object. Insurance is sold by company. In this second, we should not use this. Insurance is sold by the company because we are putting the company in object or in the passive form. So always use The active voice is in active voice is the agent, the doer, the action person is always prominent. And choose the right verb and the right a noun. Look at these words. The 22 words in which different nouns are used is can be replaced in 13 words, and the meaning will be the same in both cases. And last, format document to improve readability. Use list, bullets, charts, table, indents, italics, underline, bold, heading, subheading to improve the readability and to improve the writing impact. Plan, organize, and write. Who is your audience? Purpose of your message, and how will the reader use the information? So all you should keep all these things in mind. Assemble our useful information, determine what is important, choose what to leave out, group information logically, and then four ways to organize: dividing, comparing and contrast, cause and effect, problem analysis. All these things will contribute to the plan, organize, and write. And 90% of writing is rewriting. At the first draft, that is not for the publishing or for the sending. Write the first draft, and then uh, proofreading, and then editing and rewriting, any rewriting. And this is the end of my lecture. If you had any question, you can ask.